Hi, my name is Sira Boats. I'm an occupational therapist, a dementia specialist, and a daughter of dementia. I'm also the creator and founder of Boats Memory Method, where we provide you hope on the dementia journey. And today we are going to talk about how to create a meaningful day for you and your loved one. Now, first, I would like to define what meaningful means. Meaningful is different for each of us. Meaningful is where I have choice, where I feel valued, where I feel included, and where I feel in control. For example, this may extend to how I get up in the morning, my ability to wake up, recognize where I'm at, get up without trouble, find the bathroom, find my clothes, be able to make my pot of coffee, walk the dogs. That is meaningful for me, but that may look different for you and your loved one. Let's talk about some routines for different people. It may be that your person has a full beard and have worn a full beard their whole life, like my daddy. Now, for that specific person, having a razor ready to go in the morning may not be meaningful. However, if you have somebody that's cleanly shaven and has been that way their whole life, having a good razor ready to go first thing in the morning may have a lot of meaning. So this is how we go about creating a meaningful day for a person living with dementia. Number one, understanding their likes and dislikes. Number two, understanding what a routine may look like for them. What is their natural habits? What does it look like their whole life? Are they a morning person? Maybe they get up real early and shower in the morning. Or are they that person that enjoy their showers in the evening before bed? How do they like to have their meals? They may be someone that enjoy a regular meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner at very specific times. Or you may have someone that's a grazer that eat a big brunch, maybe dinner at a certain time, and then snacks in between. So it's very important when you create a meaningful day to understand your person's routines, understand their likes and dislikes, and then schedule a day that will incorporate what they like and incorporate their needs. For example, you may have somebody that's a very early riser, and you may have somebody that like to ponder life in bed for a little longer. It may be somebody that goes to bed real early, or you may have somebody that's a late owl and like to go to bed a little later. So these are the parameters that you are going to consider when you create a meaningful day. So what does get up time look like? What does bedtime look like? What does mealtime look like in between? Next, what you want to do is incorporate medications. What does medication times look like? For example, thyroid medications needs to be taken early in the morning and well before any other medications or even food is taken. So about at least an hour before breakfast and before any other medicines or food is consumed. This way, it allows that medication to be processed and to actually do its job better. So you want to look at that. Parkinson's medications has to be taken at very specific times and have a very small window for error. There are some medications that needs to be taken at bedtime. That means they may have to be taken a certain time before actually going to sleep. So you want to include these little nuances and medications into your meaningful day and exactly when those medication has to be administered. So what we have right now is when do we get up? When do we go to bed? When do we want to have our meals? And when are medications administered? So you have specific time slots penciled in on a sheet as a framework of what this day is going to be looking like. The next, what you want to do is toileting schedule. So all of us need to be on a toileting schedule because we may forget to go to the bathroom, and that is what may cause an accident. So being on a regular toileting schedule will really help our bladder function and health. So you want to incorporate a toileting schedule for someone living with dementia about every 2 hours. So start when someone wake up, and that's going to be one of the first things they do is go to the bathroom and take their medications. Hand in hand with your toileting schedule is a hydration schedule. So every time I use the bathroom, I want to drink a full cup of water. Every time I take my medications, I want to drink a full cup of water. And every time I have a meal, I want to drink a full cup of water. So include that in your meaningful day, because this way you know your person is hydrated and you know they're going to be able to find joy, because hydration is what supports our cell health and it's what supports our thinking and our focus. So you have to be hydrated. So right now what you have is, when does your person get up? When do they go to bed? You have meal times, you have medication times, and then you also have a toileting schedule that goes hand in hand with hydration. In between these very important activities that has to happen daily, you want to add joyful activities. Now, let me emphasize, I'm going to come back to what I stated at the beginning of the video. When I have choices, when I feel valued, and when I feel included, that's when I experience meaning. So I can have a meaningful experience during toileting, as long as I have a choice, as long as I'm included in that activity. I can have a meaningful experience during dressing. For example, having a choice out of 1 or 2 options, or having a choice. Do you want to wash your face first, or do you want to get dressed first? Do you want to eat breakfast first, or do you want to get dressed first? By including choices into the schedule, you're allowing your person autonomy, and you are preserving their integrity as a human being. So be prepared to be a little bit flexible around these different activities. It's very important that we do include dressing into normal clothes in the morning hours. That helps your person to have that mind shift from nighttime to daytime. And the same is true for evening hours, to have a time when we're going to wind down for bed. Typically after dinner. Take some time to maybe first go for a walk after dinner time, because this will help to normalize your insulin, and it also helps to calm the body down for bedtime. And then include a bedtime routine. Again, this may look different for each person. This may consist of, we are going to listen to a book on tape for half an hour. We are going to enjoy a cup of hot chocolate. This helps us to sleep better. We are then going to take a bath if this person is a nighttime bather, or take a shower. Or we are just going to have a wash down and dress in our PJs before we get into bed. This may also be accompanied by rubbing lotion onto a dry skin, rubbing lotion onto our back, rubbing lotion into feet and hands. That helps our person to calm down. It decreases the stress in our parasympathetic system, activates the parasympathetic system, decrease fight and flight, decrease our cortisol levels, and help us to get ready for bed. So very important to include a bedtime routine after dinner. So as a recap, for a meaningful day, we need to understand our person's routines, their likes and dislikes. We need to include important activities into the day. When do we get up? When do we go to bed? When is meal times, snack times? Building and toileting routine, as well as a hydration routine. And then last but not least is finding time during the day for joy. Yes, it may be that certain days we're going to appointments. Very important to understand what time of the day is the best time for your person for appointments. Is it directly after breakfast, getting in the car and going to do our running errands and doing our appointments? Or is it maybe in the afternoon time? So understanding the best time of day will help you to schedule appointments that's successful. But you also need to include joyful opportunities. Again, this may look different for you and your loved one. Maybe it's going for coffee. Maybe it's a walk in the park. Maybe it's taking the dog for a walk. Maybe it's sitting outside in the sun enjoying something to drink. Whatever that may look like, I encourage you to schedule it into your day, because we can get so busy with the day-to-day pressures and tasks the check boxes that we want to check, that we forget to include joy into our day. I hope that these tips for a meaningful day is going to help you be successful, and we hope that this will help you and your person living with dementia discover meaning and joy in your day. And we hope that you join us again. Please visit us on our website, boatsmemorymethod.com, where you can go to our Dementia Learning Center and discover some helpful courses and videos, and also go to our Bouquet Marketplace, where you can find some very helpful resources for you and your person. And we also have a newsletter that you can sign up for. Have a great day.